This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Major Blaze Productions.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stumping. And the jam is pumping, look ahead, the crowd is jumping. Pump it up a little more, get the party going on the dance floor. See, cause that's where the party's at, and you find out if you do that.
Welcome to the world, fucktards! Okay, fuckface. First, take a big step back and literally fuck your own face! I will rain down a godly fucking firestorm upon you. You're gonna have to call the fucking United Nations to get a fucking binding resolution to keep me from fucking destroying you. I am talking scorched earth, motherfucker! I will massacre you! I will fuck you up!
This impressive specimen is Ryan Boundless. He's a toxic J-vlogger. On August 2nd, he uploaded a video so stunningly stupid, so insulting, that we're left to wonder about his motivations. Is this doofus with his lazy eye and wife beater just seeking attention? Or is he really this stupid? I get the strong impression that he's jaded, he's angry inside. These eruptions of stupidity he puts on YouTube are just his way to fight back. We can only speculate. We don't really know. We can just bear witness to this toxic shit that he uploads and presents to the world. So the latest dumpster fire of a video he uploaded is called The Great Ice Wall, and it's immediately disingenuous. He sets it up as if his friend, his guest, is going to give an alternative view, a different opinion from Ryan's own.
But we're going to get a different perspective than mine. I have a guest here today. His name is Ben.
You know you're dealing with a douchebag when he refers to his group of friends as a network of professionals.
I have a large network of veteran foreigners who live here in Japan. A lot of these people have professional jobs in Japan.
And it's disingenuous. When you use a word like professional, it conjures images of doctors and lawyers, executives. If Ryan lived in Tokyo, he might encounter such people, but outside of Tokyo, 99% of foreigners, Western English-speaking foreigners, are involved in teaching English. Ryan doubles down on the cringeworthy disingenuousness of the situation by insinuating that his friends can't give you their true opinion because they're scared of losing their jobs, but Ryan is brave enough and honest enough to tell you how it really is.
What might surprise you guys is that veteran foreigners who live here in Japan talk to me in private. Our negative ideas, our negative feelings about Japan are quite aligned with each other. I mean, it's just that, you know, a lot of these people have professional jobs in Japan, and unlike me, they are not in a position to really speak up about how they really feel about living in Japan, and that's fine.
Ryan then introduces his friend Ben to give his opinion about life in Japan.
Well, Japanese people hide themselves from what's real, and what I mean by that is that they're fake people. You'll never get a true response from them. They portray themselves as being super polite, however, they're incredibly fake. But in reality, they're being fake and lying to you.
And funny how it always goes back to Japanese girls.
We're going to talk a little bit about Japanese people and Japanese women, and Japanese women, and Japanese women.
So you're desperately trying to learn about this Japanese girl. If you didn't know any better, you'd think she was being honest, polite, and sincere. However, newsflash, she's not being real with you, nor will she ever.
I'm very hesitant to use the word racist or misogynist, so I'm left with describing Ben's contribution to this dumpster fire as gross, toxic stupidity.
So she's simply following the steps as outlined in her black Japanese book of deceit to fool you into thinking that you're actually achieving something positive, like getting to know her. Japanese people don't want to open themselves, especially if your facial features don't match that of a Japanese person. You can fucking forget it. Bottom line.
And Ben, if you're listening, if you ever hear this, you should be embarrassed and ashamed. I mean, listen to the words that you're using. Fake, lying, deceitful. And why does it always go back to Japanese girls? I think you guys have some issues. And I find it really nauseating, this fake persona of being surprised that Ryan puts on when he confronts Ben about his opinion.
Wow, Ben, thank you. Thank you for that very clarifying moment. You obviously feel very passionate about the level of deceit and fakeness among Japanese people. The level of deceit and fakeness among Japanese people. The level of deceit and fakeness among Japanese people. And I don't disagree with you. I see it every day. I experience it every day, all the time.
The sad thing here is Ryan starts to touch upon the real issue. What's really at the heart of the miscommunication between Westerners and Japanese, and the cause of a lot of frustration that Western English-speaking foreigners have living here.
To me, it kind of seems like it serves as a social buffer. I think that, the concept behind it is, first of all, we want to preserve social harmony, and in order to do that, we have to appear that we're always happy, always satisfied.
I actually find it kind of disgusting that Ryan, with a rather large channel with almost 40,000 subscribers and 80 people that provide him money through Patreon every month, could actually be this irresponsible with his channel, with his platform, with this opportunity. He presents himself as an expert on Japan and Japanese culture, and someone who speaks with some authority on living abroad. And honest people come to him wanting to get some good information, and he is failing them, failing miserably, and it's kind of sad and disgusting. We could chalk it up to a one-time, maybe he was angry, maybe he had a bad day, but he has a history. Just a few months ago, he uploaded a video entitled White Guy versus Black Guy, Employment in Japan. In this video podcast, he's with his friend Blue Ninja, another YouTuber. They're talking about racism and hiring practices with Japanese English schools.
Actually, one of my closest friends here in Japan is Blue Ninja, and I do consider him one of my closest, if not my closest friend in Japan. Talking about employment, I felt that being a young white guy, and I do emphasize white, I felt like there was some discrimination. I really felt like being white, when I walked into an interview or when I randomly walked into a school, I felt like being white was just like alarm bells went off in their heads and they were like, oh yes, we want to hire this guy. Real talk, right? I would say that being young preceded being white. The best thing you could be was young. And then the next best thing you could be is white. I know that sounds so racist, but that's how I perceive it, and Blue Ninja, you might agree with me. I mean, that's the kind of racial discrimination there is here. Now, there is a huge racial discrimination here, especially in the English teaching world, for white teachers. I'm gonna now hand this over to Blue Ninja, and let's hear his take on it.
Anyways, in all seriousness, it was fine. It didn't feel like race brought too much of an issue. I don't feel actually any types of discrimination towards being black as something that holds me back.
Now, most people, when they make a mistake in public, when they say something stupid, they are self-conscious enough, they have enough self-reflection to be embarrassed. Ryan seems to lack this. After a racist diatribe accusing Japanese of terrible racist discrimination, his black friend says, no, I've not experienced that at all. Ryan doesn't even blink doesn't bat an eye. It seems that he's completely oblivious. So what are we to make of Ryan Boundless? I honestly don't know. I am completely sympathetic with a lot of what Ryan is saying, and I completely understand his experiences. It can be very frustrating and disorienting and challenging for an English-speaking foreigner to live in Japan. But that's no excuse for the toxic ignorance and stupidity that he often spreads with his content. I have a problem knowing if he's sincere. I don't know if he's got a stupid smirk on his face and he's laughing, or if he really believes this crap. And I think it's important for you to make up your own mind about Ryan. I encourage you to go to his channel to see the videos for yourself and draw your own conclusions. I'd like to sincerely say thank you for listening in. If you liked this content, if you found some value in it, I invite you to subscribe and like the video, share it with your friends. Thank you very much.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. And may God have mercy on your soul.